everyone, it's Deja. Welcome to Deja's Crafty Space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am going to feature my face. This is my first time on camera and I really just wanted to connect with all of you and show you how I look like and what part of my craft room looks like. So thank you so much to all of my subscribers, to all of those who have liked and commented on any of my videos. I'm really grateful and thank you so much. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's video. Today's video is all about Father's Day crafts, and I have 5 fun projects to share with all of you. For my first project, I am going to put a vinyl design on this wooden white caddy. I found this particular caddy at Target a couple of years ago in the dollar section, and I believe it was $5. It's currently not on sale at Target right now, but you can find wooden caddies very similar to this one at your local craft store. There are many spots on this caddy where I can put a vinyl design. You can put it on all sides, but for me, I am going to put it on one side only. I found this cute design in Cricut Design Space. The words in the rectangle is actually empty. I ended up typing the words Daddy's Tool Caddy to go on the inside of the rectangle. And as always, I will be sure to link all the images, font, and designs that I am using in this video in the description section of this video. Then I used Cricut transfer tape to transfer the image over onto the caddy. I do not use rubbing alcohol to clean the surface because this wood is already pre-painted white, so the surface is already pretty good to take vinyl as is. If for whatever reason the vinyl isn't sticking down, you can always apply a coat of Mod Podge on it first. When you're ready to burnish the design down, make sure to use a scraper tool to burnish it down real well so that the vinyl sticks down completely. And when you're ready to remove the transfer tape, remove it slowly so that you don't accidentally rip any vinyl that didn't stick all the way down. If the vinyl lifts up, just be sure to cover it with the transfer tape and burnish it once more to make sure that it really adheres to the wood. And honestly, this caddy is really pretty and I didn't really quite want to give this to my husband, but then I wasn't using it for anything. So I decided, you know, he has a lot of tools like screwdrivers that are just always laying around and they never really have a home. So I ended up giving this one away because I know my husband can use a little bit of extra storage to store some of his tools. For my second project, I found this black wallet at Walmart for $7. I wanted to personalize this with my husband's monogram. His monogram is SMC, and I created this in Cricut Design Space. I decided to use gold foil because I felt like white HTV is just way too plain and foil HTV will add a pop of interest. It's not too feminine and it still has a really nice touch to it. I will be using my Cricut Mini EasyPress to press the foil HTV onto the wallet. The Easy Mini Press does not have a way to set the temperature and time, so I have it set to the medium setting and then I verbally counted for 30 seconds using firm pressure, moving back and forth. I waited until it cooled down to peel away the carrier sheet. If the HTV did not adhere to the wallet, put down the carrier sheet again and repeat the pressing steps. Alright, while I wait for the foil HTV to cool down, I moved on to my third project. This project is also very simple. My husband loves to wear bandanas and he currently doesn't have a camouflage bandana, so I thought it would be fun to create a personalized bandana for him. M is the beginning letter of our last name and I'm going to press it on the bandana. You can put any design or the design anywhere you want on the bandana, but I've found that if you put it near the corners, it's going to get tied up and you won't see it. So how I did it is I asked my husband how he normally puts on a bandana, and he usually folds it in half like this. And this part is where it would go on his forehead. So that's how I decided where I pressed the design. Basically, I wanted the M initial to be seen when he wears the bandana, so that's why I'm placing it here. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but I hope that you get where I'm going at with this. This white HTV is Siser Easyweed, and I am going to press this for 15 seconds using firm pressure. And while I wait for this to cool down, I'm going to go back to the wallet and remove the carrier sheet slowly. And as you can see, it turned out beautifully. I love that little shine. I think my husband is going to really enjoy this because it has his personalized monogram on it, and it just looks really pretty. And I hope that you have fun making this for your husband, your dad, or the father figures in your life. And then I'm going to hop back and remove the carrier sheet on the bandana. And here's the final look. And again, it's going to get folded kind of like this. And the bottom part where the M is at is going to be where it's going to be on the forehead. Next, I'm going to put an HTV design on this black hat that I found at Hobby Lobby. If you're anything like me, then you probably have this problem. For me, it is so hard to shop for guys and to buy them gifts, especially if it's your husband. I didn't want to keep making him personalized stuff, so I decided, you know, he loves wearing caps and he doesn't have a lot of Minnesota themed stuff, so I made him a hat that says Minnesota born and raised, because I know he and I both love our state. And in case you're not from the United States, Minnesota is one of the 50 states in the United States. Alright, so for this project, I am using my hat press, and to get started, I pre-press the hat to remove any moisture, and then I use my lint roller to remove any lint or extra fibers that is on the hat. Then I adjusted and I placed my design right where I want it to go. I pressed this design at 315 degrees for 15 seconds, and the reason for that is because this type of vinyl is Siser Easyweed HTV. After pressing, I'm going to put this to the side to let it cool down before I peel the carrier sheet. And then I'm going to move on to my last project, which is this black t-shirt that I also got from Hobby Lobby. It is 100% cotton, and it's just a plain black t-shirt. And I'm going to put a vinyl design on here using HTV. I'm using my 9x9 heat press to pre-press the t-shirt to remove any wrinkles and to also remove any moisture that is in the shirt. Then I use my lint roller to remove any lint and loose fibers or particles that is on the shirt, just to get rid of it so that the HTV will adhere onto the shirt really nice. The design that I made for this, it says Dad Square 4, because my husband and I, we have 4 kids together, and I just thought it'd be a really cute shirt for him to wear, and also because I know that he is super proud of his 4 children. I did get the Dad design from Cricut Design Space, and the number 4 I got from Creative Fabrica. So these are separate. I just wanted to quickly give you an FYI that you won't find this on Cricut Design Space. Alright, so I'm going to go back, and while the t-shirt is cooling down, I'm going to remove the carrier sheet for the hat, and look how beautifully this turned out. I just used my lint roller to kind of remove some of the extra fibers that kind of caught on there. But look at that, it's so pretty, and it feels like butter. Like it stuck on there, you can't even feel the vinyl. That's how pretty it turned out. I hope my husband loves this. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the t-shirt, and I'm going to slowly remove the carrier sheet because I want to avoid lifting up any of the HTV that didn't adhere to the t-shirt. If anything lifts up, you want to be sure that you put the carrier sheet back down and press again. I didn't have that issue, but just for assurance, I went back, I used a Teflon sheet to put over the design, and then I'm just gonna press it one more time, not for 15 seconds, but for about 5 to 8 seconds, just to really make sure that that vinyl is completely stuck down. And then I'll remove the Teflon sheet, and it should be completely done at this point. And I really love how this turned out. I hope my husband loves it, and I know that I've made one for myself and I get a lot of attention, a lot of questions about it, so I hope he does too. Alright, let's recap all the things that I made today. I made this cute shirt for my husband that says Dad Square 4, and I think he's gonna really love it. And then I made him this personalized wallet with a gold foil of his monogram, and I think he'll really love this. It's time for a new wallet anyways, so I'm sure he's gonna love it. And then this hat that says Minnesota born and raised. And then I made him this simple bandana with the letter M initial on there for our last name. And then this tool caddy for him to use as his little side junk drawer for all of his tools that are laying around the house, we all know we have a spouse that does that. So I hope my husband loves it. And these are all the projects that I created. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.